presidential directive that schools reopen on the 1st of February 2021 instead of the earlier announcement made by the Ministry of General Education Permanent Secretary that schools reopen on the 18th of January. Many have welcomed the move, saying the 2 weeks will help them prepare adequately.
Madezi asapake maona tiwana bankara nyingi 2020 wanapunzire chemushemushe hapa sifunika futhi madezi ambopakira kufunika baborere ko fast so 2 weeks yamene ifunika basegurire chebambe maskulu.
Some parents, however, feel that there might be need to delay a bit longer in reopening the schools if the country continues to record such alarming COVID-19 cases, as there is nothing important than the safety of their children.
It's fine, because back to Bapa days in Shibaziva, it's a Timangakai, sometimes one very news, sometimes one very. So I am cases, Pakusta to a bag second distance in Shibazoma cases, in fact, or Capacapera, Fugo Segura Pawan. Makese ya kariyo endelako. It's fine munganga karifuti walunda because it's singa chite listing yabana waba bazikondole bazienda ku school, but life yawe yankali in danger.
Yesterday, the 15th of January, President Edgar Lungu made a directive that all schools reopen on the 1st of February 2021, and the Ministry of General Education and Higher Education, in conjunction with the Ministry of Health and local government, be on top of things and ensure that all schools are ready for reopening on the 1st of February 2021. Despite the fear in some parents to take their children back to school, their hope is that once schools reopen, intensified measures will be put in place.
COVID-19 my cases every day because now whether I'm in a consider favorable corona because COVID-19 nikafat so kama funa maningi muri wo manje season yakaina because so it chabe.
Miriam Kemba reporting for Cament TV News.
In 2020 expected to hold its census of population and housing at a cost of about 760 million kwacha or $53 million before the depreciation of the local currency. Of its total budget, government was expected to finance 60%, while the remaining 40% was to be financed by cooperating partners. However, the outbreak of COVID-19 has adversely impacted the Zambian economy, with resources being channeled towards the fight against the pandemic. And as such, government had adjourned the 2020 census to 2021, even though the date has not yet been fixed. Zambia's Statistical Agency Interim Statistician General Musepa Mlenga is now calling on cooperating partners to come on board and help support the census for accurate information that will not only benefit the country but also the international community.
Support from the donor community is actually will be key in ensuring that the government's programs, which are important, are not disrupted. The census, like I always say, is not just census for population and housing for this country, but it has implications. A good census has implications in terms of just the global planning. We've got a number of issues that require the international community to know exactly how many we are in the country, and there are so many other characteristics that will come out of the census. So I'm hopeful, and basically I think as just the head of the institution, I would like again to appeal to the cooperating partners to come on board.
The private sector in the country can also play a role in helping support the 2021 census of housing and population.
But also we will continue appealing to the private sector. We do understand that with the COVID they've been affected, but we will also realize that much of the data coming out of the mapping and listing, and which will come out of the census, will be very useful for both the public and the private sector to make informed decisions. And therefore, and the kind of help we are looking for There's one help in the area of win-win situation, for example, in publicity, where we can co-brand the publicity materials like T-shirts, the aprons, the bags that we have to use in the field, and their brand will reach any part of the country, 45,000 people going out there.
While the census budget stood at about 760 million kwacha before the depreciation of our local currency against the United States dollars and the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, it is, however, not also a secret that Zambia is this year expected to conduct the general elections, which also demand resources. Prudence Chota for Cament TV News.
The Public Order Act is not a problem. The enforcement of the Public Order Act has been problematic since it was brought into being. It was a tool that was used to regulate the natives of this country, the black people. The whites were enjoying their rights, those who were in better positions in government were enjoying their rights. So it has been a problem from that point up to now. So this is why some of us had been calling for the refinement of the Public Order Act. We have missed that opportunity to come up with a new act that was going to be more democratic, to reduce the powers of the police when it comes to management of these public rallies. This Public Order Act, the way it is inside it, you will see that it gives certain exceptions. Ministers can do this, they're allowed. The other ones, they have to get permission. Those are the provisions which we needed to deal with, to clean it up so that we have the better one. When it comes to enforcement, there is still a problem. This matter has been in court several times. But we know that the Patriotic Front have been denied permission to hold some of their meetings. The opposition political parties are being denied permissions to hold some of their meetings. But the ones that are coming out more prominent, it's the opposition. They're able to display every time they're being denied to go ahead and hold their meetings. They're not being allowed to do that. That is where the problem is. So I think that all the stakeholders must sit down. We cannot have a perfect enforcement mechanism, but there must be an agreement generally that the police should take away to say this.
Nokuchinja twala pachinja fya empowerment mune mona varuneta fya presidential empowerment mune mona ko varuneta mulando apa natu ima pasweka natu ima kuti wako suensirero vampera makaya kwati jingiri bantu waishwa pa field pakawatira peshwa wi ewa twavomba na obalisho wala pocha para onfika ero kuliani myevo ngavamitandalira natawashira shingi shashino mwaisana isana na topino naliumwa iche umbano naliumwa iche kuchipao nombano muku natukula ero ni kwa tama t-shirt ya Clement Tembo na maudai Pera, ngata wafuare wachamba ni watu walira wakashi wao.
one of the most high mortality rates in the southern African region, especially in rural areas. According to UNICEF in Zambia, 591 maternal deaths occur per 100,000 live births. This is mainly attributed to poor health facilities or none at all, and sometimes long distances to health facilities. In an effort to reduce this rate, the authority has noted that indeed health facilities need to be brought closer to the people. The previous administration had promised to build more hospitals, but some areas seem not to have benefited from this development. Katuba's Chombela area is one such village that has its residents move miles to access medical health. Some residents spoken to have lamented to the media.
Tadandaula ni kliniki ili kutali na skulu zapezeka yafika kuli muleba kuti wende ofike ku kliniki lodi nyoipa nyokumbika so pezeka bantu peza apulumukira mu lodi so tikafika ku kliniki kuja nako tipasi wa mlandu kaili chanchirengesa ni lodi kulibe ndiye madandaulo yatu ya Chikumbi area Chikumbi ngobola kwenda fika kwa dani
So kliniki ili kuti?
Ili pa Chikumbi
Elo kuno ni kwa?
Kuno ni Chombera.
So pani mavuto maningi bana kupapa then na muntu akadwala nizona bambiri babalira munjira so tifuna kuti bonse evo bankala pafupi makamaka road then clinic tipempa kuti mwe muti wayanganeko manje shuwa bisankalewe kutali maningi tunika bankala manje
so bamwamoyendera malodi noyipa so tipempa kuli ba sgoli batu bakatiuze kuli president kuti tifuna clinic pafupi please tavutika moyendera mulibe.
As if that was not enough, the road network is said to be impassable, especially during the rain season.
So manje tiambo chaya maziki za kia road. Dasi ya yenda road ya meti maendera mu masiku onse. So icho njameni pempa vanga pereke utenga kuli wa presidenti road batikonzere mwa musanga.
Amen.
But a government official, Felix Mutati, who went to visit the area, took time to explain government's developmental agenda to the people through Constituency Development Fund. He says with this, community members will decide what needs they have and work on them.
Wamene akala kulusaka ni wamene lina ndalama z'abantu bamene bakala kuno mu constituency yaka tubasichocho so bayechechi banaganisa kuti ati zizya ndalama zamene zenze kukala kulusaka ziyena kubwela kuno kukatu kuti zizya ndalama ndaba zenze zingono tuzacho sapo kuchokera pa 1.6 milioni mambesesa nizafa kako nifakiletu so wanaipompa maningi si choncho yenze kabola kamono banje waipompa yankala chibola si choncho so bebe babibweleza chibola si choncho so bachosa ku 1.6 milioni.
Sharon Kalimbula, Cament News, Lusaka.
Zambia ranked as the country with the highest alcohol intake within the region in 2018, according to the Euromonitor report of the said year. The alcohol industry in the past few years has seen a lot of changes, including the ban of harmful high-potent spirits locally known as tujili-jili, with a jail sentence of up to 2 years for those who will contravene the law. This has not deterred Zambians from being adventurous with alcohol, hence reported high levels of unproductivity due to cases of drinking while on duty. This compelled concerned stakeholders to push for a national alcohol policy in 2018, which would, among other things, see the close monitoring of the buy and sale of alcohol to ensure that it is not abused. Director of the Center for Primary Care Research, Professor Faston Goma, however, notes that the policy is not being implemented.
I don't think there's any part of that bill that is being implemented at all. We have seen, alcohol places opening before 10 hours and nobody is taken to task about that. We've seen all sorts of vices coming out of abuse of the alcohol policy. And everyone is paying a blind eye to it. To a large extent, we had anticipated that would happen because the alcohol industry was very involved in the enactment of the alcohol policy. That should have raised suspicion as to how really the alcohol industry can put in effort to regulate itself.
Various social media platforms have also been awash with videos of alleged police officers on duty while drunk, alleged happenings which have raised concerns from members of the public and various stakeholders alike. He says if the country is to be productive, the implementation of the alcohol policy should be effected with the agency it deserves.
And we know the damage that alcohol is doing to the Zambians and to the Zambian families. It's really as damaging as tobacco itself, where we are saying, yes, it's a conduit of disease and it's a conduit of death. And it actually brings about poverty, both at household level and at national level. I don't think there's any nation that prospers from alcoholics.
Another concern among players such as the church is the high expenditure on alcohol beverages, which they say is contributing to broken homes due to financial challenges arising from the same. Zipporah Mshala, Cament News, Lusaka.
The 2022 national budget has seen government introduce free education for all learners at early childhood, primary and secondary school level. Though the implementation of the free education initiative has received a lot of backlash from the opposition political parties, the government is yet to prove how free education initiative will be implemented. On 3 January 2022, Ministry of Finance announced that it had released 324 million kwacha for the first quarter operational support fund for public schools in 2022, aimed at facilitating the implementation of free education for all learners. The Secondary School Teachers Union of Zambia says TOOLS has since called on the government and the Ministry of Education to ensure that the grants hit the school accounts before 24 January 2022 to allow for preparedness of the reopening.
Through this period that we can appeal to government, we may not be aware whether it has been done or not, but it was already pronounced by the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Education that schools will receive their grants before they reopen. So among the preparations, among the things that must be done during these extensions is to ensure that schools receive their grants much before 24th, because these are some of the grants that are going to help the schools to prepare to make the environment safe.
The effect of prolonged closures of schools in Zambia due to COVID-19 pandemic was that of increased rate of teenage pregnancies and early marriages. While the COVID-19 pandemic has proved that it is here to stay, Mr. Wamuyoa has also called on the government to start working on measures that will see to it that the education sector becomes resilient to the external environment.
We must put measures in place that make our education system resilient to any form of challenges. I'm glad that previously we were thinking about having other alternative modes of learning. We have today an education channel on Topstar and on GoTV, and I believe even on DSTV. These are alternatives, but which are only available for people in urban areas and people who are privileged. You go to rural areas, we do not have such facilities. So what facilities can we put in place that can accommodate every learner, regardless of where they are found, regardless of their social status?
COVID-19 will still remain among the people for a prolonged time. While some citizens have relaxed in adhering to the 5 golden rules, the country has in the last 24 hours recorded 8 COVID-19 deaths with 1,104 new confirmed cases. The increase in the number of positive cases calls for adequate preparedness for the reopening of schools, and such can only be achieved if the resources are made available. Prudence Chota, reporting for Cament TV News.
Introducing Kapi Lodges Kafiowe, a beautiful place to spend your night. At Kapi Lodges, we have affordable and comfortable rooms to meet your expectations. We are located along Kafue Road, Shimabala area. For more details, contact us on +260 979 476307 or +260 976 057123 or +260 764 700 003. Email kapilodges@gmail.com. Kapi Lodges, my second comfort, home.
Camp was very important and special for us. Coming to this big tournament, I think we really needed this, the space, especially for preparations. I think it was very important for us. We did really well in Saudi Arabia, and I think I could see everyone was working very hard. We had the game, you know, against Cameroon. It was very important, and playing friendly games against such big countries toward the tournament. It gave us the idea to understand how our level is in terms of fitness, in terms of how the team is doing together and individual performance as well. It was very important for us, and I think everyone was working very hard to fight for his position, and this is something that I really like because no one wants to be on the bench. Everyone is fighting for his position to play in this tournament. Yeah, actually, the team spirit, that was the most important thing for us to be in Saudi Arabia. I think the good thing about our squad is that we have a highly motivated squad, a squad of young players. Of course, we have Sunzu, but the good thing about him is that he's just fitting in because he's acting like our age. So I really like it. I really like it. But I think what we achieved, the most important thing was to have the team spirit, the team building, the team bonding. That was the most important thing, and I think we achieved that. Looking at how we prepared and how we were spending time together as players, it was very special because we are coming from different clubs and going to this big tournament. I think we really needed that time to be together and prepare ourselves for the big tournament. Yeah, the good thing about the age group is that when we first came to the national team, we found other players than us, and they really helped us. They were there for us, encouraging us to adapt quicker. And we have young players now as well, and we are also trying by all means to encourage and motivate each and everyone so that we stay together as a team. I think it's important. When I came to the national team the first time, I found Sunzu and he's still there, and I can understand and know the importance of having someone who has been there for a long time to motivate the players who just came now to the national team. I think each and every player need an advice or encouragement from one another, so that we keep that team bonding, because I believe that if you are a new player, it's very important to have other players who have been there to encourage and help you to settle down quickly. Yeah, I think the game against Cameroon was very important for us, and playing such high-profile friendlies toward the most important tournament was special, because if you play against Cameroon just won the Africa Cup in 2017, and playing such friendlies, it's just special, because then we know where we are lacking and we know how good we are together as a team, and I think we weighed ourselves after that game, and we have a very good team. The highly motivated squad. We are doing everything together as a team, and I was very happy because everyone was fighting in that game. Everyone was fighting for his position, and you see, we made in the first half we played a different squad, and in the second half was a different squad. But then the style of play was the same. You talk about the dedication, the passion, and the hard work. It was there in both halves of the game, and I was very happy to see, even when I was on the bench watching the second half. I was very happy to see that each and every player is giving the best to fight for the position. Yeah, that was special, when we arrived here in Ivory Coast and we saw the people welcoming us at the airport. It was special, it gave us the feeling that here we are now, it's time to work extra hard. And, it's that moment when you just have goosebumps, different feelings and stuff like that. But I think it shows that we are here, now it's time to work extra hard. I think it gave us a very good feeling. They welcomed us so well, and we are here in a very good place. I think now the most important thing is just to concentrate and focus for the tournament, and I think we're in a very good position to work extra hard, and we have everything that we need. This is what we have been talking about as a team. We've been talking about the group that we are in, and I think we're in a very good group. I think if we stick together, if we show the passion, the hard work, and the dedication, I think we are going to go through. I think there is no easy games. Of course, we have tough countries in our group, but I believe that we can do it, and the squad is highly motivated, and I think everyone will give everything, more than 100% for us to go through to the next stage of the AFCON. We are very excited all together as a team. We are very excited. I remember I saw something that Zambia, we lost in the final against Congo, I think long time ago. 1974, yes. So I think this is the time for us now to show ourselves that we have built a team. We are ready to fight against Congo, and everyone is excited. Really, all what we want is to win the game, and at least start on a good note to excite our fans back home, to bring back the happy faces in Zambia. Yeah, we really feel good. This is something that has helped us all together. We've been very happy together as a team. It wasn't easy to make it through to come to this AFCON, because we had a lot of players. The list was just too big, and to make it to the last 27 players, I think it's special. And we are all excited. Everyone is excited to play, and this is the reason why players are fighting for their positions. Everyone wants to play. No one wants to be on the bench. And I know that the country is very excited, because we haven't been in this competition for a long time. I think 8 years since we qualified. Yeah, so I think everyone is very excited. The country is excited. The only thing that I can ask for is Zambians to keep supporting us. I mean, we really need their support. We want them to continue supporting us the way they have been supporting us in qualifiers. I think they really showed their dedication also on their part, and we want that support to continue. We are here to do it for them, and we have a very good team. We have a very good squad to deliver. We really appreciate for what they did for us in the qualifiers, and I believe that they'll be there for us as we are here in the AFCON as well. Yeah, actually what we did at under 20 level, I think it's a motivation, not pressure. Personally, I take it as a motivation, and this is what I'm seeing in the group. Everyone is motivated, because when we talk about the under 20, it was special, but now we are on this big stage where everyone is looking at us like they did it at the under 20 level, and we are waiting for them to do it again on the senior level. And I think this is something that has been driving us since the 2017 Under 20 Africa Cup. I think we are in a very good position. Some of the players were not there, but those players who were there, who played for the under-20 at that time, I think we have the same language to help each and everyone so that we can at least go forward in this tournament. I believe we have a very good squad to achieve what we are looking for, and what we did in the under-20 squad, it's a very big motivation on the senior level as well. I think we are ready for any team, to be honest. There is no pressure. And the good thing about our squad is that our attacking players, we are all dangerous. And if the two players who concentrate on me, Patson Daka will score, Lamek Banda will score, Edward Chirufia will score. If other players who concentrate on Patson Daka, they are leaving space for me, I'll hit them hard. Lamek will hit them hard. So this is the good thing about our squad, is that each and every player can score. So we are all hungry for goals, and we have the midfielders, Emmanuel Banda, Lali Waria, and Klings Kangwa. You know, we have this squad that we can get goals from each and every player. That's the very good thing. So there is no pressure, to be honest. If they will concentrate on one player, the other player will hit them. So this is the good thing about us, and there is no pressure, to be honest. We are just highly motivated, and we just feel like we can't just wait to get started. Yeah, Grant, since he joined the national team, to be fair, a lot of things have changed. You can see the squad is not the same. He's like our mentor. We are, I don't know the best word to use, but you can see that the squad is very motivated comparing the way the squad was before. We were in a very bad situation. Like, we were not sure when we are going to the games if we are going to win. It was like a 50-50 situation. But now, since he came in, it's like we are sure that we are going to win. Look at the way we killed Ivory Coast in Ndola, and look at the way we killed Lesotho. You know, this is something that Avram Grant has brought, and he's always talking about dedication, passion, and hard work. And this is what has changed, because all the players are working extra hard. Each and every player is showing passion, is showing dedication, because players wants to play, and they're trying to play. At the end of the day, we are getting results, because no one wants to stay on the bench, and everyone wants to prove, and trying to prove to play every game. It's helping us to get the results that we want. So a lot of things have changed since he came in, and I hope the team continues to do well like this as we are here in Africa Cup. I'm just hoping we can go as far as possible in this tournament, and I believe that we can do it. My message to the fans is that I don't really like promising, but I would like to ask them. I would like to ask them to continue supporting us the way they have been supporting us in qualifiers. I really want them to believe in us, to stay positive. We have a very good squad, and we are going to do it for them. We are going to try by all means to give them the results they deserve. I know in Zambia, there is no 3 results. For them, there is only one, only winning. They say there is no medicine for BP, but we are the medicine. We are going to give them what they deserve, and we are going to make sure that we give them the best results. I believe we have a very good squad to make them happy, and what I can ask them is, if they are able to come here, they can just come here to support us live here in San Pedro, and it will be very